On a spot of land that was once deserts, now stands the city of Glendale, and a building filled to the brim with fans, State Farm Stadium. Today, an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Ryan Fitzgerald all set to get this one started. And away we go in Glendale. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. Inside the 30. And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. He's out of bounds, running around the 10. That's enough to make this 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Cardinals first down. First down and goal to go.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Throwing from the gun. Catch made. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
There's no question, Kate. Big plays down the seam or big. Tight end's a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Second and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone.
Here we go.
Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on 3rd and goal.
Now we get to a very interesting call on 3rd down. Kind of a crescendo to this drive. Can the defense rise up knowing there is no margin for error? Just a single yard to go.
This is going to end behind the line. A great stop down in close. Let's see if they want to risk it now on 4th and goal.
It's now 4th down and goal.
4th down, pass coming. Oh, it's a tip drill, intercepted! And the Panthers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
It's a turnover.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check pink. Test set.
They're going to run it. This is Trevor Etienne. Boy, were they ready to try and stick him there for the safety. As it stands, he's only able to maybe get back to the 2.
Gained a little bit there. Kind of feels like a gain of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone. No real breathing room. And no margin for error.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Come on, set. 52 foot, steal, black. Cut.
From his own end zone, it's Young. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, partner, but I thought we were coming here to call an NFL game, but this is starting more like a baseball game. 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. No, just kidding. Still there's the first quarter here this afternoon.
Yeah, it feels like a pitcher's duel too, right? I mean, it's just a low-scoring affair here out the gate. I'll tell you what this does do, though, Kate. Right, in this world of analytics and looking at scores, this starts to screw that just conventional wisdom up. When you get an oddball like this, a safety early, just watch over the course of this game how it may affect some of the decision-making of the coaches.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Out of the shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. He gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. They're going to throw out of the gun. Throw is there. Trey McBride. He's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
I'll throw it here on first. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Another throw here on 2nd down. Into the hands of Rocky Wilson. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. On the red zone now. Rose caught.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6.
Here we go, set. Check go.
They'll try and punch it in. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Working quickly here.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
3rd down from the gun. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grow their early lead to 8. Here comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals push the lead to 2 scores now. The Cardinals kicking team out, so they'll put a charge into this one. On the return, here comes Xavier Legette. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
On play action, here's Young. Headed out right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Give them 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets them a first down. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. Our score reads 9-0. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment.
On the ready.
We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
10 black, smash, red, ready.
To the air on 1st down. Young. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Cuffs, this is Xavier Legette. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down.
Red, yellow.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Caught at the 10-yard line. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal. Offense up to the line fast. They'll run, ETN. And they'll make their stop after a small push to the 5. It's a gain of 1 on 1st and goal. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5.
Just everybody in the huddle on the sidelines. Should have won a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Out of the gun, Young. Buys time, rolling right. And he has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers start to fight back with their first points of this game. This is Ryan Fitzgerald on to try the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Panthers cut the lead down to just 2.
Panthers 7. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35.
35-yard line.
Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18 Cardinals.
Working now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Go.
Blown back gets the handoff. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Goes to the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Panthers countering with a dime package here. 3rd down. Back-to-back carries here. He cuts it back right. He is down to the 30-yard line. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Through the air now on 1st and 10. Pass is caught at the 9. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
He's able to manage a couple on that run.
He was brought down at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
So it's going to be 2nd and about 4 on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Cardinals in front here at State Farm Stadium. They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 19.
Setting up the screen here for Harrison. And in for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals grow their lead just before halftime. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown.
For the extra point.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals push the lead to 2 scores now.
Panthers 7.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Legets with a return here. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Young working from the gun. Downfield, he's got McMillan. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Panthers first. Back to throw. Here's Young. Trying for the deep ball. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line.
That's another Panthers first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Measure. Black shot. Ready.
From the red zone on 1st. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers make it a 1-score game before halftime. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with. Right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, they'll look for them.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. That one's complete right side. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
For Marvin Harrison Jr. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's stay 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 70 rings, go.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. He's caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's good for a Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
47-yard
They'll
line.
have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Brings up
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Pass play now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. So it'll be 3rd down.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Air it out on 3rd. Catch made over the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Rolling from the gun here. It's a big strike downfield to Samuel. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. The Gets with a return here. Showing a little burst so far. He's racing past midfield. And he'll go out of bounds well into enemy territory. Looks like he's right around the 40-yard line.
Well, their attempt to attack that deficit, it's begun in earnest, like with a capital E. What an immediate sense of urgency they created by that stellar return. This drive has begun must-score for this offense. I think we all felt that way. And they sure set the tone coming out of half.
And he scores. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2.
There are a couple different ways now you can win on the fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, well, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Extra point sails through good. And the Panthers jump in front now by 5.
16.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Cardinals into formation. It's first and 10. Drive play straight ahead. Rob Fred, first down he met. No gain on that first down run.
Taken down.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Second and 10, back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
First down, play action. Isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
On the play.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled. Well, for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Isaiah Simmons there defensively.
Third and long for him here. Into the hands of Harrison. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
25 yards on the play. And the Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. Even 25 on that play. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down. Shotgun snap, they'll throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down.
Leads to second and 10.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
He's able to manage a couple on that run.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. That's a pickup.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7. He's going to throw this one. And all around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Incomplete. Trevin Wallace there defensively.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throw here, third down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Fred, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
The offense is not coming off this field. They're trying it on 4th and 7. Looking to throw. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grab the lead on their first series of the half. Tebow Samuel, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
And the Cardinals telling their offense to stay out there. We got a two-point attempt coming here.
Will line up for the 2-point
19
conversion.
Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Keeping it on the ground. And he's into the end zone. Successful play there. That makes the lead 3 points.
34. Panthers 21.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Trevor Etienne to return this. Showing a little burst so far. He's racing past midfield. And the tackle saves a touchdown, but they still take over inside the red zone.
You know, Kate, it's fun talking to these elite kick returners over the years and how much they visualize. As they're sitting back there waiting for the kickoff return, they're visualizing, well, a house call. And there was some serious explosiveness from him on that one. He may not have gotten all the way to the house, but he's setting his offense up in the red zone, which is pretty darn good.
This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. It really creates some indecision now defensively.
On second down, it's Etienne. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
Watch out now. 52. Blue strike.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Chased out to his right. He has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take a third-quarter lead. This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. No problems on the extra point there. And the Panthers take a 4-point lead.
Panthers 28, Cardinals 24.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff.
Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10. Toss to the right side. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Phillips on the
Moving
tackle.
quickly, trying to get set.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
2nd down pass play coming. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find Trey McBride. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
16.
Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate the receiver from the ball, and to do so on these stud tight ends, that's big time.
So 3rd and 16, no problem for him as they get the first.
Cardinals, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing off the play fake. Completed left side to Samuel. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. A gain of 26 yards there. And it's good enough for an Arizona 1st down.
Cardinals,
Working quickly here.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Oh, flag is down here. This might be a free play. Brought in close to the 8. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. So after figuring out the flag, now we've reached the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Cardinals ball, and they could use a score. They come into the 4th trailing. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down.
Set it. Cougar 19. Steady, right?
Running it after the penalty. And he's going to follow up the penalty with a 4-yard gain, making make it 2nd and a yard. Offense to the line
Gain
fast.
of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
They go to him again. And his defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down.
I think I could see that sideline considering a challenge down there. It was close, but I think he got barely enough to escape the end zone. Another run might not be so lucky.
3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he's not going to get in. Another stand defensively. They've made it 4th and goal.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th and goal.
Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
And they're not going to bring him down until he reaches, looks like, the 28. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
That's good. Panthers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Young on the play action. Gets everything he has under this one. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Now, what a stretch to begin the game, Brock. That finally his first incompletion. He had been perfect across so many looks before that.
Hard. It's just hard to be perfect with that kind of precision. That was rhythms, truly rhythm personified.
Yeah, it makes you marvel at the NFL record, doesn't it? Got slid this great note from our stats savant, Daniel Kitchen. Phillip Rivers owns that record, Brock. 25 straight completions to begin a game.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll empty the backfield, motion him right. 2nd and 10 now. Young's going to try again. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. And they don't get any help on their 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Ready?
On 3rd down, it's Young. This throw's going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the results, 4th down coming up. Carolina in punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He has it at the 13. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. Trying to throw this from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Sends this to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it.
Well, they're in danger going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up, shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Gets him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
With these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Field green. Ready.
Looking to throw. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line.
It's a gain of
That chunk with a nice 21 yards. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
a gain of 21 yards. First down,
Here we go. Set. 52 blue. Set.
Out of the gun, Young. He's going to push one deep down the right. They did it. He made the interception. Picked off by Will Johnson. And the Cardinals have some new life in the fourth. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Back to throw. Free inside the 30. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals jump in front late. Deebo Samuel to touchdown. His second scoring kick to the game. This kick is no good, and that could be a big one, Brock. They fail to push the lead to a field goal. You know what that means. Now even more pressure on their defense. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. On the return, this is Etienne. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Etienne on the return. The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready up.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Wide open. Set. Set.
Setting up to pass. Ran for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
On the move, headed right. He's got a man left. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
10 at the 32-yard
Here we
line.
go. Here we go. Ready.
Here he is to throw. Escapes the pocket. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go. Cut.
He'll look to throw it. Short pass brought in. On the move, past the 40. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards out to catch. That is a job well done.
And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up first and goal.
You can't start a fire without a spark. How about a lightning bolt? What a huge game that totally changes the tone of the drive.
Well, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket. They're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Etienne, and he will score and give it a lead in the final minute. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers jump in front now by 5. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. Just
throw to start the drive. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Shoves him off. And the Panthers make the play that should win them this game.
Jake, can I be honest with you about something right here? I'm really curious about young quarterbacks when they struggle. And there's part of me that, yeah, this isn't great. And he's going through tremendous adversity. But I love that he continues to be aggressive.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. But Ingo will see a body as he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
30. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for 1, maybe 2 final plays here. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Shaking off the pick quickly. Who's going to throw? Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That's caught at the 25. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20. The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
One final shot here. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals now within 1 score in the 4th. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So 6 points at the buzzer, Brock, but 0 effect on our final outcome.
Yeah, I get that, but I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the first plays they watch in the film room this coming week. Like you said, they lose whether that's scored or not, but Coach will always emphasize effort on the field. Reaching that end zone to end an already decided game, that is effort with a capital E.
They get it to the back of his own lead. He's dropped a big stop in a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there. So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the